should be back. Yeah, I think we're back. I don't know what the heck happened there.
Okay, well, I can hear you now.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I just got a pop-up saying, OBS disconnecting. I'm like, huh? What? Don't do that.
We're in the middle of the episode. At least we didn't talk for 30 minutes before realizing it.
It's still on. It should still be on the same one, since I didn't stop streaming and restart it. So we should be good.
No, but yeah. So today we're going to be reviewing "Crime of the Century," which is their third studio album, released in 1974. This album, like I said, was one of their most commercially successful albums. Probably playing second to their most commercially successful album, "Breakfast in America."
Yeah, I'd say that's definitely the more well-known one, at least.
Yeah. That's certainly their most best-selling album. Though this one tends to seem to be their more critically received album. It was included in the Rolling Stones top 50 greatest prog rock albums of all time. And this album was dedicated to Sam. No. Which was actually the nickname of Stanley Augustus Misceus, which was a Dutch millionaire who supported the band financially in the 60s to 70s.
Okay.
So, this, all you need is a hope, a dream, and a Dutch millionaire backing you to get your band off the ground.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think with that, we could get right into this album.
Yes, starting off with track number 1.
Yes, track number 1, School.
Which I would argue is the most famous song on the album, I think.
I think
Personally.
that one and Dreamer. I think they're the two big songs off this album.
I would say School and Bloody Well Right, honestly. The rest...
Well, we'll get to that one. That one actually, I think, might have the... it's pretty popular, too.
But starting off with School, and it starts very low-key with the very specific Supertramp harmonica. Which,
yes.
If you hear that, you know it's a Supertramp song. Same with... they've got that very distinctive synth as well, but that's not featured here, but... That's also yeah, it's very prominent on Breakfast in America. If you think of what's the song?
There's the gears turning right now. Yes. Kind of expected an answer faster than that was allowed. Well, while you're thinking,
I'm not gonna.
I'll just note that the first minute of the song just that bluesy harmonica, which I should mention that a lot of these songs are quite on the longer side, right? 5, 6, 7 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's a 44-minute album with 8 tracks.
Yeah, so they're very prog rock in that way of having songs that very much breathe in terms of time.
Oh, duh! Goodbye, Stranger. But that's what prominently features that Supertramp synth I was thinking of.
Yeah, it just takes until about the 145 mark before the song really kicks into gear, where the synth and bass kind of get into it.
It's got a very tense build up there, as it's a little bit of strumming and kind of eerie warblings in the background, and then suddenly a child screams and it launches into the song. It really kind of sets you on edge.
Yeah, it's a little of a disconcerting opener.
Yeah.
Obviously, it gets into a little bit more of a groove as the song goes along. But even then, it's... this song reminds me of... I think the most obvious parallel is, The Wall. We don't need no education. Which, of course, came out, 79? So, multiple years after this. So, I think British schools were just sucked in the 50s.
Yeah. I really like this song. Kind of does the same thing as every other song on the album. A lot of them have dropouts, build backups, slowdowns, constantly style shifts, because they're all quite long songs. This one drops everything out after that explosive start with screaming children, and then it builds back to a really great piano solo.
Yeah, there's also a lot of good piano on this album. But yeah, that piano solo with kind of the groovy backing guitar, that kind of picks up the energy instantly from that kind of dropout. It's a very nice ebb and flow of this song.
It's got some really heavy funk guitar at points as well.
Yeah, which I guess makes sense given this was released 74, so
yeah.
Kind of get into the funk era in the 70s. But also very much in the prog rock, headspace. Right.
And when I was sitting here and analyzing it, it's got a lot of starts and stops, which I wasn't a fan of. Sitting here and playing it back in my head, it's a great song. And I know School is one of the ones I revisit quite a lot. So it's like, this is a good example of a song I think breaks down a little bit when you sit and analyze it. Because those start and stops are a little juddery if you're not just listening to the music.
Which is true, but I think they flow as, all very good, all things considered, right?
Yeah.
I can imagine a way of this being done a lot sloppier.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It's just when you're listening, you don't notice how often they drop everything out and build back up.
Yeah. But it definitely leads to a pretty explosive ending with like some wah-wah guitars. Even gets a bit brassy at the end. So certainly maybe falls into some of the stereotypical prog rock trappings of throwing every instrument at the wall.
Yeah. Is this shoegaze? Jumping to track 2 if you're ready, Coop.
Yes, track number 2, Bloody Well Right, which reminds you that this is a British band.
Yeah, well, if you couldn't tell already.
Yes, this song will remind you.
Very big style change. Really hard rocking guitar on this one.
Yeah, and it's a lot more maybe of a... I don't want to call it a traditional rock cut, because it's... I don't know, it's got kind of a bit more of a groove, and there's the brass and the filtered guitar in the background. Once it really kicks in at like the 1 minute mark. But it's quite a nice melody. Especially once the vocals come in and they get jaunty.
Yes. Yeah, everything drops out and you've got the jaunty, and at one point you get a call and response similar to how Beatles had on a couple of their songs, with a very posh British man saying "quite right."
Yes, Paul has ruined the Granny song for all of Britain.
But
this one...
Go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, this one has quite a fun energy. School definitely had like kind of a bleak, looking at the kind of the ramifications of the British schooling system in the 50s. Where this one's almost, a little tongue-in-cheek, a little fun.
Not a whole
lot. Like I said, jaunty at times.
Yeah. Pretty much just saying the title over and over. It ends off with a fantastic sax solo, though.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's it's right at the end too.
Yeah.
And I think some clapping over sax, which again is I appreciate this album's ability to kind of have a good idea and use it sparingly within the song. Because the sax could have impressed it throughout the song, but they kind of save it for the end.
There is one or two spots where I'm like, oh man, you come on, stick with that idea for a little bit longer. I would like a whole song that sounds like that, but they don't.
Yeah, but quite right.
Jumping to track 3 of Ready Coop.
Yes, track number 3, Hide in Your Shell. It starts with a pretty nice synthy sound. A little bit more focus on the vocals.
Yeah, this has a really strange vocal performance at the start here. Odd falsetto and just as strange, very bass vocals.
Not that it's bad. I quite like the vocals on this one.
It's each of these. This is not an album experience. I will say that.
This is not a concept album.
Yeah, different space. So it's like, ooh, okay, what's going on here?
I know with like the prog rock genre typically gets linked pretty closely with the concept album. But yeah, there's people doing prog rock without that concept.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I think that's probably because of probably because of Pink Floyd, but
yeah. Well, I mean, it's also fun. It's kind of nice to have an album experience. But
but it's also but prog doesn't necessarily have to be. And I think this album's a good example of it.
Yeah, prog can just be a theremin wailing away in the background constantly throughout the song.
But the song is pretty nice. It has a nice acoustic cut. And kind of cuts back and forth between like more aggressive and more low key sections. But given it's almost 7 minutes long, it makes sense that it kind of varies it up.
And there's some nice sax as well alongside the theremin that I quite liked.
Wait, there's theremin in the song, Sam?
Yeah, there's theremin.
That wasn't the ghost haunting the music studio?
Too soon, Cooper.
Well, no, I wasn't talking about Davies.
Too soon.
That'd be an incredibly poor taste. This was recorded in 1973.
Yeah. Ghosts don't understand time.
Yeah.
Ghosts.
Well, isn't that like the plot of Interstellar? No, okay.
The spoilers.
Oh, sorry. For a movie that came out 10 years ago that everyone saw.
Just because, what about somebody who just turned 10 and wants to watch it for the first time, you know? Also,
and just listening to our podcast.
If they're listening, they shouldn't be listening. So
I'm pretty sure there's no overlap in that Venn diagram.
You don't know that.
Well, there's also there's like a bongo breakdown as well.
I don't.
Or something approaching to it, like at the 4:30 mark. To be fair, there's a lot going on in this song.
Yeah.
Where it kind of takes charge in the right ear and that kind of extended vocal break at the 4:30 mark.
I must have been listening to something else at that point.
To be fair, there's like 8 sections of this song.
Yes,
so.
there was a lot going on. Each of these songs, like when I mentioned it jumps around, each track does it. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Especially after like the 5:45 mark, the song absolutely blows open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that whole section, that 5:45 mark is kind of where that big bombastic ending is, and it is just fantastic.
I was laughing because they literally on the fade introduce saxophone,
yeah,
which is bold. The song's fading out and then a sax comes in.
I mean, I feel like that is a fairly common thing to do of the time, though. I can't name them, but I can hear it in my head of songs that have done that. It's like, oh yeah, just throw that in at the end.
I just reminded of the Monster Inc., Mike Wazowski joke of like he's always covered up. It's like the sax player being, I'm on a Supertramp song, see?
2 seconds before the fade finishes. Jump into track 4 if you're ready, Coop.
Yes, track number 4, Asylum. Which, again, opens up with a little bit of a piano ballad.
Yes, nice, soft piano piece. With the synth poking its head in every once in a while, too, which is kind of nice.
And the vocals way back in the mix on this one. I'm not sure. Like, dang, I could barely hear the guy.
They are not scared of moving the vocals around in the mix. I didn't really bring it up on school, but that's something. There's the lead up to that. The vocals are far back, and then once it breaks out, it's really top of the stack. They turn the volume up. It's right there. And
yes, which will not be the last time the volume turns up very suddenly in a song.
Speaking of turning the sound up, I kind of wish they had just committed to the breakout at the 2-minute mark here. They kind of like stop it a few times, which is I felt was a little awkward. It's like, come on, just commit. Do the sound explosion.
Yeah, this song is very stop and start. Which is interesting. And I like the main the electric string backing, the synth organ that kind of plays underneath everything. And of course the piano is great throughout the song. That just pulled back and then pops off again at like the 4:15 mark.
Yes, it brings in the choir, strings, and tubular bells.
This is classic prog rock.
Yes.
Talking about being insane, having tubular bells.
Yep.
Dropping in and out of like sound, going, I've never been insane.
Great payoff.
And having And then having a huge extended outro.
Yes. There was like a weird little twittering at the 5:30ish mark that was weird. But I mean, it kind of goes with the increasingly frantic and crazy vocals, which, not doing a good job of pretending not to be insane.
But he's not crazy, Sam.
Not crazy. He's just screaming.
Sam, I know. How about this? How about we start a prog rock band and we write a song about the world thinking we're crazy, but it's really the world that's the crazy one.
Whoa, man. I'm going to have to call you Jared Leto for that one.
What? Please don't ever call me Jared Leto for any reason.
Are you going to write society across your forehead, too?
Yes, of course. Else will people know I'm crazy.
Jump into track 5 if you're ready.
Yes, track number 5, Dreamer.
I almost put a W in there on accident. Dweemer.
Dweeber.
The Nightcore version of this song.
I know, this song's already like the Nightcore version of itself.
yeah, that's true. It's very hard to take the vocal performance in this one seriously. It's very high-pitched, kind of odd vocal lilting as well.
I think yelpy is the...
Yes, that would
be an apt term.
Yeah, that'd be a good description of it.
Yeah, this song's it's a weird one, kind of smack dab in the middle of the album.
You said this one was one of the most popular?
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the Spotify listens, School's the most popular, but this one has 80 million listens.
Why?
Certainly the second most popular on the song. It's certainly the shortest one on the album.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
So it's only has 4 minutes to listen to a Supertramp song.
Yeah. Which is the shortest? I'll go for that one.
I mean, I guess it's good that it's short because this one's annoying.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully the music comes up to match the energy of the vocal performance, but it's still really strange.
Yeah, it's like very happy-go-lucky, and not in like a kind of, an endearing way, more of like a grating way, personally. Like, it's very bright synth compared, with those yelpy vocals, with this very fast-paced like instrumentation. That kind of I don't think necessarily comes together here. But
it ends with glockenspiel, which is perfect. We haven't had one of those for a while.
Can I use the word twee? The song's a bit twee.
You're gonna have to define that for me.
Twee. Excessively or effectively quaint, pretty, or sentimental.
Yeah, I guess kinda.
It's got a twee-ish quality.
Was that on your Thesaurus of the Day calendar or something?
Huh? No, I just I just remember it from this Curb Your Enthusiasm skit with Larry David, where he's like complaining about how he doesn't like the book Little Women. He goes, I find them vapid and twee. But no, but the song is yeah, we can off this song. It's
something. It's thankfully short.
Yes. But we go to the longest track in the album.
Yes.
Track number 6, Rudy. It starts with some atmospheric sounds.
Yeah.
The sound of a car falling away. Some forlorn piano.
And then there's kind of around the 1:30 mark before it drops into the really twangy synth and classic rock guitar. It almost sounds kind of sock hop-esque. I don't know if you picked up on that.
I mean, I did get sock hop. Maybe we're coming at this from different angles. It was like a bossa. Well, okay, maybe it was like a bossa nova into a sock hop. Yeah. I don't know how else to describe it.
It kind of shifted styles rapidly for a few seconds there.
Well, it's done pretty tastefully. I mean, the phrase bossa nova into sock hop sounds like it should scare the bejesus out of me, but it actually works in this song.
Mm-hmm. And I really like the bass guitar in this one. This is where this is one of those sections where I'm like, oh man, come on, do that as a whole song. It's like around the 3-minute mark. There's bass guitar and strings Love that.
Yeah, this song really genre melds.
Yeah.
And also volume melts.
Yeah.
It gets very loud, very soft, very suddenly.
Yeah.
Which certainly keeps you on your toes.
There was something in the back. There was some kind of recording playing in the background at the 3:30 mark. I couldn't find anything about it. Did you catch that at all, Coop?
No, I was trying to. It's like this almost like distance. It's got like the cadence of like a news announcement,
Yeah,
but it's like
that's what I was thinking.
so distant and distorted that you can't really tell what they're saying. But kind of works with that mellow part of the song. During the lighter part before he like gets back into like the heaviness and the immaculate groove, the tasteful thickness of the groove.
Put that on my tombstone.
Tasteful thickness. All right, you locked it in. I'm gonna make sure you get your request.
Okay.
The song goes on. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, as the song goes on, it definitely gets a lot more groovy rock and roll and introduces like violins into it.
Yep. Around the 5:45 mark, we get the building strings and hard rock guitar again, which is another very fun section of the track. It keeps jumping. I wish it didn't have so many pullbacks. They are very good at building up to energy, but it's like once they hit the energy, they don't know what to do other than dropping it back out and building again.
Yeah, sometimes it'd be nice if they kind of committed to it for the full song. But they're also pretty good at pulling back and then getting it built back up again. And of course, it ends on a classic, very theatrical, like kind of violin extended outro, and the sounds of the street.
The pullback and the energy to a low-key vibe really helps to roll over to the next track, if you're ready.
Yes. Track number 7, If Everyone Was Listening. Which again starts with a nice piano-led ballad with some tasteful vocals over it.
The more fantastic building. It's just every song starts so slow and then just builds up to something more.
Yeah, and I'll worth pointing out, obviously, since you passed away recently as well, is that there's a very good Davies vocal delivery on this song. Obviously, there's like a lot going on in each of these songs, so we haven't necessarily been talking about the vocals that much. But I think they pair very well and are able to kind of cut through some of the more chaotic moments of the album.
Very distinct as well.
Yes.
Because there's technically two, like on School, there was 2 vocal performances there.
Yeah, I think that's Hodgins and Davies.
Yes, but they both sound Supertramp.
And actually, sorry, this is Hodgins on this song, so I was completely wrong anyway. But this might have the most egregious volume increase at the 1 minute mark.
See, I didn't notice those as much.
I don't know, maybe it's just my headphones, but like the soft sections like really lead the the loud sections. Though I do like the woodwinds that are kind of introduced in the background.
Yes, nice little.
Once the chorus goes in,
I thought it was a clarinet solo around the 2 minute mark, but maybe it's the high end of the saxophone. It's very hard to tell with woodwinds.
Yeah, whatever it is,
I'm not a woodwind player.
It's used pretty sparingly, but I think it adds a certain je ne sais quoi to the song.
Yeah, you didn't have to do the accent on that.
What accent?
Okay. The stacked vocals around the 2:45 mark here add some really nice depth, I thought, and it provided a good accompaniment for the strings coming on.
Yeah, it kind of adds to this very both sentimental and bombastic sound. I don't know. It makes for a very, very pleasant listen.
Jump into the final track if you're ready then, Coop.
Yeah. Track number 8. The title track.
Titular track.
Crime of the Century. Which starts again with the piano and vocals.
But it's
this is
much darker.
Yes. Certainly not as bright as like If Everyone Was Listening.
Yeah, and darker performance and quite dark lyrics as well. I don't know if you looked at them at all.
Not really.
It was
What's it talking about?
talking about the rape of the universe, and it's like, let's look at who did it. Wait, that's you and me. That kind of thing.
Ah.
Yeah, it's very light.
The Futurama. I've combined the most dangerous DNA from one of the most dangerous animals. It's man.
Yeah,
Sorry, I know I'm trashing on prog rock albums, but sometimes there's recurring themes here.
yeah. But
It also has I'm pretty sure that's accordion.
oh, I didn't catch that. I guess I was too focused on the vocals for that beginning section.
Because there's that deep humming, but there's something that I swear sounds like accordion also in the background. I mean, there's some just kind of swinging for the fences in terms of instrumentation, which I can respect.
But the lyrics only last for the first like minute and a half, and after that, it just kind of goes into a musical cascade to the end of the song.
Yeah, and it's a very, beautiful cascade. It's got that guitar solo
Mm-hmm.
that keeps it energetic but pretty moody and dark as well.
Still,
And of course the piano and the
stop it.
violins come in as well. Yes, I mean of course they're not going to stop it at this point in the album.
Just because the vocals left doesn't mean that the instruments aren't going to do it. They had a really fun bell sound around like the 2:30 mark. It chimes, but then like slides to a lower note like a synth. I thought that was very fun.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the song has the water gong on it, so maybe that's what that is.
Water gong. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, I don't really know what that is.
I don't either.
But it looks like water gong is a I don't know. That's what it says. I'm assuming a gong of some sort.
What? No, I doubt it.
But yeah, I mean sax comes back as well
Yeah.
on the back section of the song.
Another sax solo. And somebody just going ham on the piano.
Yes, the piano is very great on the song. Do you feel like this it really lacks a definitive ending?
Well, the harmonica comes back.
It does, but the song just kind of fades out.
Yeah.
I
I don't hate the fade here.
don't know. I've never been a big fan of especially in albums like this that have obviously a very definitive progression. And kind of are shooting for the stars instrumentally. And the fade always seems a bit not lazy, but kind of so-so.
I don't know. I don't hate it. I think there are times where it definitely needs to be a hard cut, but whenever something's a little more grandiose, I'm okay with the fade.
No, that's it. That's the last song of the album.
It's the final track. We gotta pick our favorites and least favorites now. So, what would you say your least favorite track is, Goop? Because I imagine we're gonna align here.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a surprise to say that it's Dreamer.
Dweemer.
Dweemer, nothing but the Dweemer. Yeah, I don't know where the song came from. I think the rest of the album, despite it not really being a concept album, it keeps a similar energy. It feels like a cohesive unit. And then Dreamer is just kind of in the middle here, having a fun old time all by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's yelpy. It's kind of annoying. It builds to a fun ending, but I don't know, I think it's the shortest song of the album for a reason. I'm assuming you agree, Sam.
Yes, I do. It's something. That's for sure.
But not recommend. Well, what's your favorite song of the albums?
I basic bitch. I'm gonna say School. I keep coming back to it. I think in terms of a starting song for an album, Hard to Beat. It's the perfect start. You get that little bit of harmonica, you get the hard build, and to the breakout. Oh, good start to a song and a really good start to the album. What about you, Coop? What are you thinking?
School's great. Probably my second favorite, but I'll have to go with Rudy.
Really? Okay. I mean, I can respect that. That's a very good song as well.
Yeah, it's kind of like the mood it builds, kind of the drop in and out with the kind of the atmospheric sounds. Could use some violins. I don't know. I think it kind of hits all the right notes that this album's aiming for.
Yeah.
In terms of just a variety of sounds coming together on a song. But that's it. Now it's time for us to rate the album.
Yep, we got to go over the rating system, and I believe I did it last time, Coop. So I think it is your turn. I think.
Yes. Yeah, it's my turn. So here at the Auto Shop Podcast, we actually have our own crime of the century. I remember it was, I believe, 1887.
6, I think.
Yeah, 6. Sorry, thank you. When they're first looking at the creation of automobile. And I remember the scientists coming out to us and saying, "Wow, look, we have this automobile. All it takes is a single drop of water, and it can drive for 500 miles." And I remember us putting our heads together and going, "Okay, that's a good idea. Let's keep everything, but how about we replace it with gallons of gasoline?" And they said, "Oh, okay." And then they just threw it all out and put in the gasoline. I think that had some ramifications.
Yeah, a little bit.
But man, my Exxon stocks.
Jesus.
Sorry, that was a little dark. Hey, this is a little dark album. This is just what prog rock gets me in the mood for. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so at the tip top, we got Showroom. That's cream of the crop. That's the best of the best. That's everything you want out of an album. All the way at the bottom, you've got Scrapyard. The ooh yuck, get it away from me. Bottom of the barrel, worst album you've ever listened to. And look at it like a like new, a fixer-upper, use rental with a high or low, depending on our mood that day. So with all that said, Sam, what would you rate Crime of the Century by Supertramp?
I think I have to give it a like new. It is quite a good album. The starting and the stopping definitely negates a little bit from it for me. It's a bit much. It's not as bad when you're just sitting and listening to the album, but when you're analyzing, it's like, okay, finish a thought. It jumps a lot, especially, granted, 8-minute track, it is going to go different places. It goes a lot of place, a lot of time. So, like new, I think. What about you, Coop? What are you thinking?
I agree. I'm going to say like new. There's certainly been better and more cohesive prog rock albums. I think they mostly succeed what they're doing here with Supertramp. Like you said, it's a little stop and start of some. Obviously, things like Dreamer didn't land for me. But honestly, Dreamer. But also a lot of obviously impressive technical, showmanship on display here. Just the amount of instrumentation and the great performances and the catchy tunes. Definitely make it worth a listen. So, maybe not like the top shelf of all prog rock albums, but certainly worth a listen, especially if you're a Supertramp fan.
It's certainly a good Supertramp album. But that's all we got. We're going to roll on over now to the spare tire, which is just whatever else we've been listening to. And it's been a couple weeks, so I imagine you've got quite a few things.
I've listened to a couple of albums. Let's see. I did listen to, what was it? Nourished by Time just released a new album, The Passionate Ones, which was quite good. Nina Geraci also released I Love My Computer very recently. That was an excellent kind of techno dance album. Finally got around to listening to the new Sabrina Carpenter album, Man's Best Friend, which I also very much enjoyed. Sabrina's a little horny in most of her songs.
What?
But as it turns out.
I wouldn't have guessed from that cover.
And I also was re-listening through Rainbow Goblin. Because why the heck not? It's a great album.
With that CD in my car, I've been listening to it a lot too.
Right, it's such a good album.
I was jumping back through. So one of my friends is getting married in November, and foolishly he put a section for music requests. So I was going going through Spotify to just try and find the absolute worst tracks to request. Of course, I had to put Seven Goblins by Masayoshi Takanaka. Aside from the joke songs, I've been revisiting Physical Graffiti, which is my favorite Led Zeppelin album. I've been just listening to that a lot. I don't know. It's just some of those tracks are quite calming, which is odd to say about Led Zeppelin, but they're nice.
I can't believe he opened up his playlist to you.
Well,
So just,
I asked him about it. I said, now you guys are going to review these first. He's like, no. Of course, we're just going to take every song that's put in that list and then put it straight in a playlist. I said, oh, good. Okay. Let's see what else.
20 songs, it's 20 instances of Spanish Flea
Well,
going on there.
Spanish Flea was on there.
Oh my god!
I also
so I was joking.
I also put Zufolo Imposito by Franco Faro, which you should look up, Cooper, and you'll love it from the first 2 seconds.
What's it called again?
Zufolo. I can just link it to you. I'm not gonna make you look it up.
I was gonna say I don't even know how to spell Zufolo.
Yeah. But I'll throw it in the chat so you can.
I'm just trying not to type in zoophilia.
Yeah, no, it's not that. Don't do that. What else did I put on there? I put Satisfaction by Benny Benassi. I put In the Summertime by Mungo Jerry. There's something else. Mr. B, the Gentleman Rhymer, if you remember him. Cooper.
Oh, I do remember. Perfect wedding music.
Nick Nacatory was suggested, but yeah. So not been listening to too much, honestly. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts again. So, what'd you think of the the track?
I think I'll be good at clearing off the dance floor.
You don't like the flute?
I mean, it's a fun song.
Yeah.
I don't know how you dance to this thing.
Great difficulty.
Big bulby clap, slap, slap.
Yes, that is very true. But that's all we've got for you this week. If you've liked what you heard and you want to hear some more, you can scroll down on the Twitch page. There's a picture of Jeff Lynne. He's the guy with the aviators and the curly hair. That'll take you to YouTube, where almost all of our past episodes are. And if you're listening on YouTube and you want to hear us live and berate us, you can click the link in the description, and we are usually live 8 p.m. Eastern on Sundays. We also have is it Blue Sky? Is that what it's called?
Yes, you can follow us at Blue Sky, at Audio Shop Pod, that's POD. We'll let you know what we're listening to and when we're going to listen to it.
But that's all for we have you. If I can speak, that's all we have for you this week. We will see you next time.
See you later, Shoppies.
See ya.